Welcome back to Science in Sleeping. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Whether you're just finishing a long day or you've been tossing and turning for a while, this time is yours. A quiet moment just for you tonight. We're drifting into the gentle rhythms of our planet, exploring some of the most relaxing and fascinating facts about Earth. From the way the oceans move in silent harmony to the quiet majesty of the mountains and the slow, steady spin of our world beneath the stars. I hope this helps you drift off gently, or at the very least, offers a soothing escape from the rush of your day. I'd love to know where you're watching from and what time it is as you settle in. Feel free to just whisper it to yourself, or imagine sharing it with a quiet, welcoming community of dreamers and curious minds. Here, there's no need to remember anything, no pressure to focus or take notes. This is a moment for your mind to breathe, your body to relax, and your imagination to wander. Now, settle in. Let your shoulders release any tension. Allow your arms and legs to soften, and let the pace of your breathing slow naturally. As you get comfortable, imagine a soft, comforting glow surrounding you, a gentle light that nudges your thoughts into calm. Now, with your body at ease and your mind open to wonder, let's begin our journey into the soothing science of Earth. Have you ever wondered how our Earth hums with quiet rhythms that we rarely notice? The gentle movements that keep life balanced and time flowing. Sometimes, when the world is still and dark, it feels as if the planet itself is breathing softly around you. And tonight, we're going to explore some of these hidden harmonies together. Picture yourself standing on a smooth, sandy shore just as the sun slips below the horizon. The sky painted in soft shades of lavender and gold. Waves curl gently toward your feet, whispering secrets of oceans that have traveled for thousands of miles. Above you, the first stars peek through the twilight, distant and steady, and you feel a gentle connection, as if the universe is leaning in close to share its quiet wonder. Each breath you take matches the slow pulse of the tides, the rhythm of clouds drifting across the sky, and the subtle spin of our planet beneath your feet. The Earth is full of these silent motions, and many of them are part of cycles that have existed long before humans ever walked. For instance, the rotation of the Earth on its axis creates day and night, a constant, steady rhythm that affects everything from the sleep patterns of animals. Did you know that the Earth's rotation is gradually slowing at a rate so small it barely matters each year, yet over millennia, it changes the length of a day ever so slightly? This gentle deceleration is caused by the pull of the moon's gravity on our oceans, creating tides that tug at the planet like a slow, cosmic dance. Think of the tides as the heartbeat of the planet, invisible yet constant, guiding oceans and coastlines with a patient, rhythmic hand. Then there are the plate tectonics beneath our feet, shifting continents slowly over millions of years, moving mountains, creating valleys, and even affecting the climate in subtle ways. Imagine the Earth's crust as a giant puzzle, each piece floating atop molten rock, drifting imperceptibly, but always shaping the surface of the world. Volcanoes and earthquakes are reminders of this slow, underlying energy, bursts of movement in a system that is otherwise patient and enduring. Did you know that the tallest mountains are still growing by fractions of an inch each year? pushed upward by these hidden forces. It's humbling to think that the ground we walk on is alive in its own ancient way, reshaping itself over time spans that make human lifetimes feel like brief moments. And the oceans, vast and deep, are not only beautiful but essential to life and rhythm on Earth. Ocean currents circulate warmth and nutrients around the globe, connecting distant continents with invisible streams of energy. The Gulf Stream, for instance, carries warm water from the tropics to the northern Atlantic, moderating climate and supporting life thousands of miles away. Microscopic plankton drift within these currents, performing photosynthesis and producing oxygen that ultimately sustains all life, including you. In this way, the oceans are like a quiet circulatory system for the planet, a network of flow and exchange that is constantly at work, unseen but vital. Even the air above you participates in these rhythms, moving gently or fiercely, shaping weather patterns and influencing the growth of forests and deserts alike. Winds transport seeds, clouds, and warmth across vast distances, reminding us that nothing on Earth exists in isolation. Each breath you take tonight carries traces of this global system: particles of ocean spray, pollen from distant flowers, dust from faraway deserts, and somehow, in your stillness, you are connected to it all as you imagine these forces. Let yourself drift in awe at the slow, deliberate elegance of Earth. The spinning, breathing, flowing planet is like a gentle lullaby, its quiet movements echoing in the corners of your mind. There is comfort in this permanence, a reminder that even in our busiest, most chaotic moments, the world keeps turning, the tides keep moving, and the stars remain steady. You are part of this intricate, graceful dance, and there is space for your mind to rest within it. And now, as the tides of Earth settle in your imagination, and the slow rotation beneath you hums like a lullaby, we will gently shift our attention toward the clouds and the sky above, tracing their patterns and floating forms, allowing the mind to wander upward while still anchored in the calm of the planet below. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to float high above the Earth, suspended between the deep blue of the oceans and the black velvet of space, to see our planet as a quiet, glowing orb spinning gently in the cosmic dark? Tonight, we'll take a journey beyond the land and water, into the atmosphere and the sky, exploring the secrets of clouds, wind, and the air that surrounds us. As you imagine this, allow your mind to expand, knowing that the world you walk on is only part of a vast, dynamic system, where the sky itself participates in a rhythm older than any human story. Picture yourself lying on a soft, grassy hill at twilight, the warmth of the day still lingering beneath you. The horizon stretches wide and endless, painted with hues of amber, rose, and soft indigo. Above, clouds drift lazily, their shapes ever-changing, from wispy streaks to voluminous towers, each movement deliberate, each formation carrying a story of moisture, heat, and pressure. You feel the gentle caress of wind across your skin, subtle yet alive, connecting you to distant oceans, mountains, and deserts. The scent of damp earth rises as the air cools, and you feel a sense of both grounding and liberation, as if you are simultaneously part of the world and observing it from a sacred distance. The air around us is not empty yet. is alive with motion and energy. Did you know that the atmosphere contains several distinct layers, each with its own role, from the troposphere, where weather is born, to the stratosphere, where the ozone layer floats high like a protective shield, and beyond, to the mesosphere and thermosphere, which brush against the thin edge of space. Each layer hums with invisible currents, a symphony of gases that keeps Earth habitable and alive. Imagine these layers as a giant orchestra, each instrument playing softly yet perfectly in sync, creating a balance that allows life to thrive. Wind, one of the most palpable signs of this atmospheric dance, is born from differences in temperature and pressure. As the sun heats the earth unevenly, air moves from high to low pressure, creating currents that sweep across continents and oceans. Some winds are gentle, brushing your skin like a whisper, while others are mighty and unrelenting, sculpting deserts, shaping dunes, and carving valleys. Did you know that the strongest winds on Earth can reach speeds of over 200 miles per hour? In hurricanes and typhoons, yet even the tiniest breeze plays a critical role in pollination, seed dispersal, and maintaining the delicate balance of ecosystems. Every movement of air is a message, a reminder that nothing in nature is ever truly still. Clouds themselves are floating laboratories, gathering moisture, reflecting sunlight, and forming intricate patterns that signal weather changes far beyond our sight. Cumulus clouds, the fluffy giants of summer skies, are born from rising warm air that cools, while cirrus clouds stretch thin and feathery, high in the stratosphere, tracing the invisible currents of wind. Have you noticed how clouds can feel alive, shifting in form as if thinking, evolving silently above? They are carriers of rain, snow, and sometimes even electrical energy in the form of thunderstorms, reminding us that even the softest shapes in the sky are powerful in their own quiet way. As night falls, the sky's secrets grow deeper, and the atmosphere cools into a calm, almost sacred stillness. The setting sun leaves a glow that gradually fades, giving way to stars that flicker through the thinning air. You might imagine that the air itself is breathing with you, inhaling warmth from the earth, exhaling calm, transporting tiny particles of life across the globe. Did you know that microscopic dust, pollen, and even spores drift miles high in the atmosphere, crossing continents and oceans, silently connecting ecosystems thousands of miles apart? You, lying here in comfort, are part of this invisible network of exchange, linked to every corner of the world by wind and sky. Lightning storms, when they arrive, are reminders of the raw energy contained in the atmosphere, electrical charges building and releasing with dramatic grace. Yet even in their intensity, storms follow patterns, a natural rhythm we can observe without fear, thinking of them as dramatic dancers performing in a grand cosmic ballet. Raindrops that fall from these clouds carry minerals and nutrients to the soil below, nourishing life in ways we rarely notice, and the soft patter on your window or roof is a lullaby composed by nature itself, each drop a note in an endless symphony. And then there's the whisper of the night wind, the movement of air through trees and across fields, sounding like a gentle murmur that encourages the mind to let go. The constancy of these flows, unseen yet deeply felt, mirrors the quiet pulse of your own breath, connecting you to the rhythm of the earth. You can imagine lying there, eyes closed, feeling the cooling air against your skin, noticing the subtle shifts in temperature, scent, and pressure, and letting the knowledge that the world is alive soothe your thoughts into a gentle slumber. Poetically, the sky above reminds us of time and mystery, of continuity and change, just as clouds drift and reform, and winds rise and fall. So to do our thoughts and feelings, ever changing yet ever present. There is beauty in the temporality of these phenomena, and comfort in their predictability. The atmosphere cradles us like a tender hand, guiding the cycles of life, sleep, and consciousness. And if we listen quietly, we can hear its wisdom echo in our own heartbeat now. As your mind floats gently through these airy realms, imagine the clouds slowly fading into twilight, the wind softening into a gentle hush, and the sky darkening to a deep indigo scattered with stars. Let this calm settle over your body, the way a blanket covers and warms, as we prepare to shift our attention to the oceans once again, following their slow, meditative currents beneath the surface of the world. Allow your imagination to drift like a leaf on a stream, steady, serene, and suspended in wonder. Have you ever wondered what secrets the oceans hold beneath their vast, glimmering surfaces? The slow, mysterious movements that have been shaping our planet long before humans even existed. Tonight, we will drift into the quiet world of the oceans, exploring their rhythms, their hidden currents, and the unseen life that thrives in their deep, dark expanses. Imagine the surface of the water as a mirror for the sky, and the depths below as a secret realm of wonder and calm, a world that moves at its own deliberate pace. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a calm sea just before midnight, the moonlight dancing on gentle waves, each ripple like a soft whisper against the shore. The air smells faintly of salt, cool and comforting, and as you step closer, the water seems to hum beneath your feet, a slow, steady pulse that matches the rhythm of your own breathing. Far out, the horizon stretches endlessly, blending sea and sky into one seamless expanse, and you feel both small and profoundly connected, as if part of something timeless and infinite. The oceans are not simply vast pools of water. They are dynamic systems with their own lifeblood, moving in currents that circle the globe, carrying warmth, nutrients, and life itself. The Gulf Stream, for example, transports warm water from the tropics toward northern latitudes, creating climates suitable for forests, cities, and human life. Meanwhile, cold currents rise from the depths to sustain plankton, the foundation of the marine food web. Did you know that these microscopic organisms produce nearly half of the oxygen we breathe, silently converting sunlight into life-giving energy? While drifting in currents, they are tiny yet powerful, reminders that even the smallest elements of Earth play critical roles in the grand, interconnected system of life. Tides are another quiet miracle, a subtle conversation between the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun. The gravitational pull of the Moon gently raises the oceans, creating high and low tides that travel across coastlines with patient precision. Over thousands of years, tides have shaped beaches, carved cliffs, and even influenced human settlement patterns. Did you know that in some places, The difference between high and low tide can exceed 50 feet, revealing hidden landscapes and ancient secrets of the seabed. Imagine the tides as the heartbeat of the planet, unseen yet steady, guiding life in rhythm with the universe. Beneath the waves lies a world of quiet wonders. From coral reefs glowing like underwater cities to the mysterious creatures of the deep, luminescent and strange, many of these animals have adapted to darkness and immense pressure, moving with grace and efficiency in an environment that seems alien to us. Yet there is a serenity here, a slow unfolding of life that feels in harmony with the pulse of Earth itself. Have you heard of the deep-sea anglerfish, with its bioluminescent lure, or the giant squid, drifting silently in the abyss, invisible for centuries? These creatures remind us that even in darkness, there is life, there is movement, and there is calm. Ocean currents also act as a global circulatory system, connecting distant regions of the planet, transporting warmth, nutrients, and even microscopic life. They sustain ecosystems across continents and oceans. The Antarctic Circumpolar Current, for instance, circles the southern hemisphere, linking oceans and regulating climate on a planetary scale. Every movement of water carries a message, a story, and you, lying here listening, are part of this flow, your imagination drifting along invisible currents, carried gently by the rhythm of the seas. The sound of water itself is hypnotic, a natural lullaby. From the soft crash of waves on a shore to the distant hum of deep-sea currents, scientists have even discovered that playing ocean sounds can reduce anxiety and promote sleep, calming the nervous system in ways both simple and profound. You can imagine the water flowing around you, brushing past rocks, swirling in eddies, and carrying away tension with each gentle ripple. Your body and mind begin to synchronize with the water's rhythm, slow and deliberate, embracing the quiet power of the ocean poetically. The oceans teach patience and continuity. They move imperceptibly, yet with purpose, shaping landscapes and life over millennia. Their depths hide mysteries we may never fully understand. Yet, even without knowing everything, we can feel their presence. Their vastness reminds us of the scale of time, the quiet persistence of nature, and our place within it. There is comfort in this, a reassurance that even in chaos, life flows, moves, and finds its rhythm, as the ocean has for eons. And now, as the waves ebb and flow in your mind, imagine drifting with them, your thoughts floating like tiny boats on a calm sea, feeling the slow pull of tides beneath you, letting every worry dissolve into the gentle current. Soon, we will transition from the oceans to the hidden mysteries beneath the forest canopy, exploring the quiet lives of trees, the air they breathe, and the ecosystems they nurture, allowing your mind to continue its journey of calm discovery. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to step quietly into an ancient forest, where the air is cool, fragrant, and alive? A place where every leaf, branch, and whispering wind carries a story older than humanity. Tonight, we will wander through these green cathedrals, exploring the hidden lives of trees, the slow rhythms of the forest, and the delicate balance that sustains life beneath the canopy. Imagine the forest as a living, breathing organism, vast and intricate, stretching its roots and branches across centuries, Picture yourself standing at the edge of a mist-covered forest just as dawn begins to break. The first light scattering in soft golden beams that filter through the dense leaves above. The air is rich with the scent of earth, moss, and damp wood, and you hear the faint trickle of a stream winding through ferns. You take a slow, deep breath, and the calm penetrates your body, filling every cell. Above you, the canopy shifts as birds and insects begin their gentle morning chorus, their movements barely disturbing the stillness, yet adding a delicate, hypnotic rhythm to the awakening forest. The forest is not simply a collection of trees, but a complex ecosystem, with life interwoven in layers. From the tallest branches to the soil below, trees communicate in subtle ways, sending chemical signals through the air and even messages through networks of roots and fungi. Did you know that some trees can warn nearby neighbors of drought or pests, releasing protective chemicals that ripple through the forest like a quiet conversation? Roots stretch deep into the soil, exchanging nutrients with fungi in a symbiotic dance called mycorrhizal networking. It is as if the forest has a secret internet, invisible yet essential, linking every living organism in a web of life. Leaves themselves are incredible, capturing sunlight and transforming it into energy through photosynthesis, quietly powering the forest and ultimately providing oxygen for the entire planet. Some leaves even track the sun's movement, turning gradually to maximize light absorption, and when rain falls, they channel water efficiently to nourish roots. The forest is constantly at work, slow and deliberate, yet so efficient that its rhythm often goes unnoticed. Imagine this quiet activity as a lullaby of life, each leaf and branch playing a note in a symphony that has lasted for millions of years. Then there is the phenomenon of forest succession, the patient process by which life reshapes itself over decades. Old trees fall and create gaps that allow new growth. Moss and fungi reclaim decaying wood, and seedlings emerge, carrying the promise of the next generation. Did you know that in some temperate forests, a single oak tree can support hundreds of species, from birds to insects to microorganisms, each interacting in ways that maintain balance and harmony? The forest teaches patience, persistence, and the power of quiet, consistent growth, reminding us that even in apparent stillness, change is always occurring. And there is the forest's effect on our minds, known as forest bathing or Scientists have discovered that simply walking or sitting quietly in a forest lowers cortisol levels, reduces stress, and even improves sleep quality. The scent of pine and cedar, the gentle rustling of leaves, and the soft sounds of streams create a multisensory experience that calms the nervous system. You can imagine yourself lying beneath the canopy tonight, letting every sound, every scent, every tiny shift of wind carry your mind into a state of peaceful relaxation. Poetically, forests are reminders of connection and resilience, of cycles that stretch beyond human perception. A fallen tree becomes home to fungi and insects, which nourish soil and support the next generation of saplings. Streams meander through, shaping the earth gently, and the canopy overhead shelters countless creatures. There is awe in the knowledge that every part of the forest is linked, moving together in harmony. Yet there is also comfort, a sense of stability and protection that invites you to let go of worry. Let yourself imagine this quiet, patient, interwoven life surrounding and supporting you, as if the forest itself is embracing you in its calm. As twilight approaches, the forest shifts again, the temperature cools, and nocturnal life begins its gentle symphony. Crickets start their rhythmic chirping, owls glide silently, and fireflies blink faintly in the undergrowth. The forest becomes a lullaby in motion, a reminder that life flows continuously, quietly, and with purpose. You, lying comfortably and listening to this gentle narrative, can drift alongside these rhythms, synchronized with the breathing of the forest, each inhale and exhale echoing the quiet pulse of life around you. Now, as your mind absorbs the calm, the intricate beauty, and the mystery of the forest, let your thoughts float gently, like a leaf drifting on a slow stream. Feel the protective canopy above, the soft forest floor beneath, and imagine carrying this serene energy with you as we prepare to transition toward the next hidden wonder of our planet, the mysterious, slow-moving mountains, ancient and silent, standing as guardians of time, ready to teach us stillness, patience, and awe. Have you ever wondered about the mountains? Those silent giants that rise from the earth like ancient sentinels, holding secrets of time and the slow, invisible forces that shaped them. Tonight, we will journey into their quiet majesty, exploring how they form, shift, and stand as guardians of landscapes, reminding us of patience, endurance, and the power of slow change. Imagine standing at the base of one, feeling its immensity and the invisible weight of centuries pressing softly against your senses. Picture yourself on a narrow trail winding through foothills, the air crisp and clear, carrying the scent of pine, stone, and earth warmed by the sun. Your eyes follow jagged peaks that reach toward the sky, some cloaked in clouds, others glinting in pale moonlight. Water trickles down from hidden streams, carving smooth paths through rock, and the quiet hum of wind passes over ridges and valleys, brushing against your skin with a gentle insistence as you inhale. Imagine absorbing the stillness of these mountains, a calm that seeps into your bones, syncing your heartbeat with the slow pulse of the planet. Mountains are formed by tectonic forces, slow yet unstoppable. Plates of the Earth's crust collide, fold, and push upward over millions of years, creating peaks that scrape the sky. Did you know that the Himalayas are still growing today, inch by inch, pushed higher by the relentless collision of the Indian and Eurasian plates? Each rock tells a story of pressure, heat, and time, fossilized traces of ancient seas and shifting continents hidden in layers. If you imagine these rocks as pages of a book, you can almost read the history of our planet, whispered softly through stone. Erosion works alongside uplift, shaping mountains through water, ice, and wind. Rivers carve deep valleys and gorges. Glaciers grind slowly across slopes, leaving polished scars and hidden lakes over millennia. The mountains' jagged outlines smooth and shift, a quiet choreography between creation and decay. Did you know that some valleys are older than human civilization itself? Ancient corridors carved over tens of millions of years. Their silent patience invites reflection, reminding us that time can be both immense and comforting when viewed from the perspective of Earth. Mountains also influence climate, creating rain shadows, shaping winds, and sustaining ecosystems both on their slopes and in surrounding regions. Clouds gather and release moisture, feeding rivers and forests far below, while snow collects on high peaks, slowly melting and providing water for countless species and human civilizations. Did you know that the tallest mountains affect jet streams and even the course of storms, subtly guiding the weather across entire continents? These immense forces are invisible yet tangible, and imagining them can feel like listening to a slow, cosmic heartbeat beneath the surface. Mountains conceal active processes, magma chambers, and geothermal activity, slowly releasing energy, creating hot springs and shaping volcanic peaks. Some volcanoes lie dormant for centuries, their quiet power a reminder of Earth's underlying vitality. And yet, even as these forces work relentlessly, life thrives. Lichens cling to stone, alpine flowers bloom in crevices, and animals adapt to harsh climates with astonishing resilience. The mountains embody both strength and fragility, permanence and change, a paradox that mirrors the human experience poetically. Mountains teach stillness and perspective. They rise slowly, endure storms, and stand watch over the passing of time. Each sunrise on a peak brings light to valleys and rivers below, and each shadow reminds us of cycles, rest, and renewal. Imagine leaning against an ancient rock, feeling the energy of centuries beneath your fingertips, the soft whisper of wind across ridges, and the quiet promise of continuity. It is a meditation on endurance, patience, and awe, a reminder that even in moments of uncertainty, some things move with timeless grace. As night falls in the mountains, shadows deepen, and a velvet sky filled with stars spreads above. The cool air carries a faint scent of pine and stone, and distant calls of nocturnal animals echo through valleys. The landscape becomes a gentle lullaby, the slow sweep of ridges and peaks soothing your mind. You can imagine lying on a soft patch of grass, gazing upward, feeling the immense quiet and knowing that these forces have shaped not only the land but the rhythms of life, sleep, and consciousness. Now, as the mountains stand silently around you, their peaks catching faint starlight and their slopes draped in shadow, allow your mind to drift, letting the slow, patient movements of the earth guide your thoughts into calm. The rivers, forests, and oceans you have imagined all converge in this serene, balanced world. And we will soon move to explore the hidden cycles of glaciers and ice, ancient and deliberate, carrying secrets of the past and whispers of time yet to come. Have you ever wondered about the silent power of ice, the frozen rivers and glaciers that slowly shape the earth, moving imperceptibly yet leaving traces that last for millennia? Tonight, we will drift into the cold, luminous realms of glaciers, ice sheets, and polar landscapes, exploring their quiet majesty, the slow rhythm of their movement, and the secrets they hold beneath layers of frozen time. Imagine standing at the edge of a glacier, feeling the immense stillness, knowing that these icy giants have existed for thousands, even millions of years. Picture yourself on a high plateau in a polar region, the air crisp and pure, carrying a faint scent of snow and minerals. The horizon stretches endlessly, a dazzling expanse of white and blue, broken only by jagged ice cliffs that glitter in the soft light. Each step you take crunches gently on the frozen surface, and your breath forms delicate clouds that rise and dissipate into the still air. You feel a sense of profound calm, as if time itself has slowed, allowing you to connect with the patient, deliberate pulse of the planet. Glaciers are rivers of ice, moving at rates barely perceptible to the human eye, yet their power is undeniable, carving valleys, shaping mountains, and transporting rocks and sediments across continents. They are architects of landscapes, slow but relentless. Did you know that some glaciers move several feet per day, while others creep forward only inches in a year, depending on the weight of the ice and the slope beneath? Beneath the frozen surface, water melts and refreezes, lubricating their movement and creating intricate networks of tunnels and crevices, a hidden world of motion beneath the still exterior. Ice sheets, like those in Antarctica and Greenland, hold within them records of Earth's climate over hundreds of thousands of years. Each layer of snow compressed into ice carries trapped air, tiny particles, and chemical signatures that tell stories of ancient atmospheres, volcanic eruptions, and solar cycles. Scientists can read these icy layers like pages in a vast, frozen history book, unlocking secrets about how the Earth has changed and adapted over time. It is a reminder that the slowest processes often contain the most profound wisdom. Hidden in patience and persistence, the poles themselves are homes to ecosystems that thrive in extreme conditions. From microscopic algae that live beneath the ice, to seals, penguins, and polar bears navigating frozen waters, each organism has adapted to the rhythms of light, darkness, and seasonal changes, moving in harmony with the slow cycles of ice formation and melt. Did you know that polar ice reflects sunlight, regulating the Earth's temperature and influencing weather patterns across the globe? These frozen regions are not barren, but dynamic, vital components of the planet's balance, quietly sustaining life and regulating the climate. Glaciers also create hauntingly beautiful phenomena, such as ice caves, seracs, and crevasses. Each formation a frozen sculpture shaped by pressure, temperature, and gravity. Imagine walking through a tunnel of translucent blue ice, light filtering softly through the walls, shadows and colors shifting like a living painting. The silence is almost absolute, broken only by the faint drip of melting ice, or the distant groan of a glacier slowly adjusting to its own weight. It is a place of quiet awe where time seems suspended, and the mind can drift freely, poetically. Glaciers and ice sheets remind us of resilience. Their slow movement demonstrates that change does not always need to be loud or sudden to be powerful. Just as glaciers carve valleys and shape landscapes over millennia, the quiet persistence of patience can create profound shifts in life. The frozen world mirrors our own inner landscapes, inviting reflection, stillness, and a gentle awareness of the cycles that shape existence. In this frozen expanse, there is both mystery and comfort, a sense of connection to forces greater than ourselves. As night falls over the polar regions, the air grows colder, and the stars begin to sparkle with extraordinary clarity. The aurora dances across the sky in waves of green, pink, and violet, a cosmic performance mirrored in the frozen reflections below. You can imagine lying on the snow, wrapped in a blanket, absorbing the stillness and magic of this remote world, feeling your mind and body aligning with the slow, deliberate pulse of ice and earth. Now, as your thoughts drift with the glaciers, imagine the slow movement of ice carrying ancient stories, whispers of climates long past, and secrets of life that endure in extreme conditions. Let this calm, suspended rhythm sink into your consciousness, preparing your mind to follow the next chapter in our journey, the hidden mysteries of deserts and sands, where slow forces of wind and heat sculpt landscapes just as quietly, shaping the earth in ways subtle, hypnotic, and mesmerizing. Have you ever wondered how deserts, seemingly barren and silent, can hold such intricate secrets, hidden rhythms, and slow, deliberate movements that shape the earth over millennia? Tonight, we will journey into these arid landscapes, exploring how wind, sand, and heat create mesmerizing patterns, sustain resilient life, and quietly teach us about patience, adaptability, and the beauty of subtle forces. Imagine standing on a dune at dusk, feeling the cool air brushing across warm sand, the horizon stretching endlessly, and realizing that this quiet expanse is alive in its own mysterious way. Picture yourself atop a vast sand dune, the surface rippling like liquid gold under the setting sun. Each grain has a story, carried by wind from distant mountains, rivers, or eroded rocks. As you step gently, the sand shifts beneath your feet, creating soft, whispering sounds, a lullaby of the desert. The sky above is vast and open, and the slow movement of clouds casts fleeting shadows on the undulating landscape. You feel a sense of expansiveness and freedom, a quiet awareness of the earth's patience as these dunes rise, fall, and reshape themselves over centuries. The desert may seem still, but it is alive with motion, slow and deliberate. Wind is the master sculptor here, lifting, shifting, and depositing sand to form dunes, ripples, and arches. Did you know that some dunes move several feet each year, slowly migrating across the desert floor, carrying life and history along with them? These sand movements create intricate patterns, like the brushstrokes of an invisible artist, flowing across the landscape in curves, ridges, and spirals, patterns that are constantly changing yet follow subtle, predictable rules of physics beneath the surface. Life adapts in extraordinary ways, surviving extreme heat by day and freezing temperatures at night. Desert plants, such as cacti and succulents, store water efficiently and conserve energy, while animals remain hidden during daylight, emerging only when conditions are safer. Did you know that some desert beetles can harvest water from fog, while certain plants can sprout seeds that wait decades before germinating, responding only when rain finally arrives? This quiet resilience mirrors the desert's patient rhythm, reminding us that life can endure and thrive even in extreme environments. Deserts also hold geological mysteries, from ancient rock formations and fossils to salt flats and dried riverbeds. These landscapes are archives of time, showing us how wind, water, and tectonic forces have shaped the earth over millions of years. Imagine the gentle curves of sandstone cliffs, formed by wind and erosion, or the scattered remnants of ancient lakes that once teemed with life. Even in emptiness, there is a story, a slow unfolding of geological processes that continues long after humans have left their mark. The desert sky adds another layer of wonder, especially at night, when the absence of light pollution reveals the full brilliance of the cosmos. Stars glitter in infinite patterns, constellations shift slowly across the dome above, and planets trace their paths with a calm, predictable grace. Did you know that some deserts experience the most stable atmospheric conditions for observing stars, allowing astronomers to peer deeper into the universe in this stillness? The desert connects us to both the past and the cosmic present, a reminder that we are part of a vast, interconnected system. Poetically, deserts teach us about endurance, subtlety, and quiet beauty, the slow movements of sand, the patient adaptation of life, and the timeless patterns of rock and sky remind us that change can be gentle and deliberate. There is a meditation in watching shadows shift across dunes, listening to wind whisper over sand, and imagining the invisible currents shaping the land. These landscapes invite contemplation, encouraging the mind to slow down, to observe, and to rest within the vastness. As twilight deepens, the desert cools, and nocturnal life awakens. Insects hum softly. Foxes and small mammals move through hidden tunnels, and owls glide silently. Their presence is subtle, a delicate thread of life woven into the stillness of sand and stone. You can imagine lying down on a soft dune, feeling the cool grains beneath you, the gentle whisper of wind carrying warmth and scent, and letting your mind drift alongside the quiet persistence of this ancient landscape. Now, as your thoughts move with the shifting dunes, imagine the endless desert stretching into the distance, its slow, hypnotic rhythms syncing with your breath, the winds that sculpt sand, the patterns that form and disappear, and the life that adapts quietly, all mirror the patient, calming pulse of the earth. Soon, we will transition from these arid lands to the secret wonders of rivers and wetlands, where slow currents, hidden life, and reflective waters create a gentle, meditative flow that will carry your mind even deeper into relaxation. Have you ever wondered how rivers and wetlands quietly shape the earth, carrying life, nutrients, and stories from mountain peaks to oceans? Their movements, slow yet profoundly powerful. Tonight, we will drift along these flowing waters, exploring the calm, mesmerizing rhythms of rivers, streams, and marshes, discovering how life thrives in these gentle currents, and feeling the quiet pulse of the planet as it moves in endless, deliberate motion. Imagine yourself following a river's course, listening to its soft murmurs, and sensing the hidden complexity of the ecosystem it sustains. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a serene river just before dusk, the water reflecting the fading sunlight like liquid gold. The air smells faintly of wet earth, moss, and reeds, and dragonflies skim gracefully along the surface, wings catching the last glimmers of light. You feel a sense of connection, as if the river itself acknowledges your presence, guiding your attention to the quiet interactions of water, soil, and life across the banks. Trees dip their roots into the currents, and small animals pause for a drink, each movement in perfect harmony with the slow, deliberate flow. Rivers are nature's arteries, transporting water, nutrients, and sediments across vast distances, shaping valleys, nourishing forests, and sustaining human and animal civilizations alike. Did you know that some rivers carry millions of tons of sediment annually, gradually altering coastlines, creating deltas, and building fertile plains? Their flows are influenced by rainfall, snowmelt, topography, and even underground aquifers, forming a delicate, intricate system of balance and motion. Imagine following a river from its headwaters in a mountain stream to its mouth in a vast estuary, tracing the hidden stories of rocks, plants, and creatures that ride along in its currents. Wetlands, marshes, and floodplains are equally vital. Though often overlooked, these watery landscapes act as buffers, absorbing excess rainfall, filtering pollutants, and providing habitat for countless species, from frogs and dragonflies to migratory birds. These areas teem with life in a subtle, mesmerizing rhythm. Did you know that wetlands can store up to 30% of the world's soil carbon, quietly mitigating climate change while remaining hidden from casual view? The soft rustle of reeds, the gentle ripple of water, and the faint hum of insects create a soundscape that is inherently meditative, coaxing your mind toward calm and introspection. Water itself is a medium of constant transformation, flowing, evaporating, condensing, and returning as rain, completing a cycle that has persisted for millions of years. Did you know that the water you drink today may have once traveled through ancient rivers, fed glaciers, or nourished forests long before humans existed? As you visualize this flow, imagine your own thoughts drifting like leaves along a stream, moving gently with the current, carried away from tension, stress, and the restlessness of the mind. Every ripple, wave, and swirl of water becomes a gentle guide, inviting relaxation and serenity. Rivers also carve deep geological history into the earth, from meandering valleys to vast canyons, revealing layers of rock and sediment that record the passage of time. The Colorado River, for instance, slowly etched the Grand Canyon over millions of years, each layer a silent testament to the patient force of water. Even the smallest stream carries this quiet power, reshaping landscapes and providing life in ways both subtle and profound. Imagine tracing the path of water over centuries, each droplet leaving its mark, unseen but transformative, poetically. Rivers and wetlands teach the art of flow, patience, and persistence. They move steadily, never rushing, yet their impact is enormous. The gentle murmur of water against rocks, the soft sway of reeds, and the glint of sunlight on ripples create a sensory symphony that relaxes the mind and heart. By observing these currents, we are reminded that life, like water, can find a path around obstacles, nourishing and sustaining as it moves. There is awe in their quiet consistency and comfort in their steady presence. As night descends, the rivers and wetlands take on a softer character, shadows deepening along banks, reeds swaying gently in a cool breeze. Frogs call softly, insects hum, and distant owls glide across still waters. The surface mirrors the starry sky above, creating a perfect reflection that blurs the line between Earth and cosmos. You can imagine lying by the riverbank tonight, feeling the cool, damp grass beneath you the gentle lapping of water, and allowing your mind to drift along these slow, purposeful currents. Now, as your thoughts glide with the rivers and wetlands, imagine the water connecting mountains, forests, deserts, and oceans in an endless, deliberate cycle. Each flow carries the pulse of the earth, each ripple a reminder of life's quiet persistence. Soon, we will transition to the mysterious skies above, exploring the clouds, storms, and celestial cycles that influence our world, while allowing your imagination to drift, calm and untroubled, toward even deeper relaxation. Have you ever wondered about the skies above, the vast expanse of air, clouds, and unseen currents that move silently yet profoundly affect life on Earth? Tonight, we will drift through the atmosphere, exploring clouds, storms, winds, and the celestial phenomena that shape our world. Imagine yourself lying on a gentle hillside at twilight, looking up at the infinite sky, feeling connected to every movement above, and sensing the hidden forces that hum softly around the planet. Picture the sky as a living canvas, painted in endless shades of blue, gold, and pink. Clouds drifting lazily like thoughts floating through consciousness. Each cloud is a vessel of water, moving with the wind, growing, shrinking, and shifting shapes in a slow, deliberate dance. You feel the gentle breeze brushing against your skin, carrying scents of distant forests, oceans, and fields, connecting the land, water, and air into a continuous, subtle rhythm. The sky itself feels alive, breathing above you, and you sense the quiet pulse of the atmosphere in sync with your own breathing. Clouds form in a delicate balance of temperature, humidity, and air pressure, each a floating laboratory of nature. Did you know that cumulus clouds can rise thousands of feet, their tops expanding like cauliflower into higher, cooler layers of the troposphere, while cirrus clouds drift high above, thin and wispy, tracing invisible currents of air? These formations move slowly, yet carry enormous energy, shaping weather and influencing life across continents. Imagine watching them shift, each one telling a story of unseen forces, of heat rising from the ground and moisture gathering in invisible streams. Storms are another expression of the sky's hidden power. Dramatic yet orderly in their rhythm, thunderclouds build with patient intensity. Winds swirl in quiet spirals before erupting into flashes of lightning, rain, and wind. Did you know that a single lightning bolt can contain up to 1 billion volts of energy? Yet the storm's movement is predictable and follows natural patterns of atmospheric flow. Even the most intense tempest is part of a larger, delicate balance, regulating temperature, distributing water, and sustaining ecosystems across vast regions. You can imagine these forces as a slow, cosmic dance, powerful yet controlled, demanding both respect and awe. The sky also carries the whispers of ancient cycles, from the shifting seasons to the invisible jet streams that circle the globe. Winds transport heat, moisture, and even microscopic particles, connecting distant lands in ways invisible to the eye. Did you know that pollen, spores, and dust from deserts thousands of miles away can travel on upper air currents, influencing ecosystems continents away? In this sense, the sky is a messenger, a subtle network of movement that maintains the balance of life. And you, lying calmly beneath it, are part of this quiet web, breathing with the atmosphere and floating in its rhythm. Nightfall transforms the sky into an entirely new world. Stars emerge like faint sparks, distant suns that have traveled light years to reach your eyes. Planets glide along predictable paths, and constellations trace stories passed down through millennia. The moon casts its soft glow, guiding tides and subtly influencing life below. Did you know that ancient civilizations used the positions of stars and planets to track seasons, navigate vast deserts and oceans, and even predict floods? The night sky is both a clock and a compass, a slow, steady map that has helped life organize itself for countless generations. Poetically, the sky reminds us of continuity, perspective, and wonder. Its vastness evokes humility, yet its patterns are comforting, predictable, and reassuring. The slow drift of clouds, the gentle flow of winds, and the rhythmic appearance of celestial bodies create a symphony of motion that soothes the mind. By observing the sky, we are invited to reflect on patience, cycles, and the unseen forces that shape our lives. There is a meditation in the quiet shift of colors at dusk, the faint hum of high winds, and the gentle rise and fall of clouds across the horizon. As night deepens, imagine lying comfortably, gazing upward as the stars intensify. The Milky Way stretches across the darkness, a river of light connecting Earth to the cosmos. Shooting stars streak briefly, reminding us of the fleeting yet beautiful moments that occur in time. You can feel the sky's rhythm matching your heartbeat, the slow rise and fall of your chest syncing with the invisible currents above, allowing your thoughts to float freely, unburdened and calm. Now, as your mind drifts with the clouds, winds, and stars, imagine the sky above connecting mountains, forests, rivers, deserts, and oceans, a subtle network of energy and motion guiding life on Earth. Feel the gentle pulse of atmospheric currents, the quiet power of storms, and the delicate balance of the cosmos enveloping you in calm. Soon, we will transition to exploring the mysterious and mesmerizing world beneath the soil, where hidden life, roots, and fungi quietly orchestrate the rhythm of forests and landscapes, inviting you to sink deeper into relaxation. Have you ever wondered what secrets lie beneath the surface of the Earth, hidden from view yet alive with life, movement, and purpose? Tonight, we will journey into the hidden world of soil, roots, and fungi, exploring how these unseen networks quietly sustain forests, grasslands, and even human life. Imagine yourself lying on a soft patch of forest floor, feeling the warmth of the sun filtered through leaves above, and sensing the subtle energy that moves beneath your feet. Picture the soil as a vast, intricate universe, teeming with microscopic organisms that perform countless essential tasks. Bacteria break down organic matter, transforming fallen leaves and dead plants into nutrients that feed roots and support new life. Fungi stretch their delicate threads, called hyphae, connecting trees and plants in a subterranean network, often called the wood wide web, transporting water, minerals, and even chemical signals between distant neighbors. You feel a sense of awe, imagining that every step you take touches a bustling, invisible world of life and communication. Roots themselves are both anchors and lifelines, reaching deep into the soil to stabilize trees and plants while absorbing water and nutrients. Some roots grow slowly for decades, weaving intricate patterns through earth, stone, and clay, interacting with fungi and microbes in a complex symbiosis. Did you know that some trees can exchange carbon, nitrogen, and defense signals through these underground networks, effectively talking to one another and supporting weaker neighbors? This quiet communication mirrors human collaboration, patience, and care, yet occurs silently beneath our awareness. Soil is also a repository of history, holding traces of past ecosystems, climate changes, and even human activity. Each layer tells a story: rich topsoil from decayed organic matter, compacted subsoil from eons of compression, and bedrock that hints at geological time far beyond human memory. As you imagine digging through these layers in your mind, you can sense the depth of time beneath your feet, the patient rhythm of earth that shapes life above while remaining unseen. Fungi, in particular, are extraordinary architects of the underground, forming vast networks that rival the size of forests above. They decompose organic matter, cycle nutrients, and even facilitate communication between trees. Did you know that a single mycelial network can cover acres, linking thousands of trees and plants in a cooperative web? Some fungi can even protect their host plants from disease by releasing chemical defenses, a subtle yet powerful demonstration of the balance, intelligence, and interconnection present in nature. Imagine this delicate web pulsing beneath you, moving life-giving energy silently and continuously. Water, too, flows beneath the surface, moving slowly through soil and rock, feeding roots, replenishing aquifers, and supporting microbial life. These subterranean streams are crucial for maintaining ecosystems, regulating temperature, and sustaining forests. Did you know that groundwater moves at rates as slow as a few inches per day? Yet it shapes landscapes, nourishes plants, and maintains rivers long before rainfall reaches them. Visualize this hidden movement as a soft, flowing pulse beneath your feet, a quiet current of life and energy that mirrors your own slow, steady breathing. Poetically, the soil beneath us reminds us of patience, persistence, and connection. Everything above ground depends on the networks below. Yet these processes operate silently, invisibly, and without hurry. They teach us that strength comes from cooperation, growth from stillness, and nourishment from unseen support. Just as fungi and roots sustain forests, we too rely on subtle connections and quiet rhythms to thrive. The earth beneath your body becomes a cradle, a sanctuary of slow energy and gentle life. As night settles into the forest, shadows deepen, and a hush spreads across the landscape. The faint rustle of small creatures moving in leaf litter, the soft drip of moisture through leaves, and the distant murmur of a stream all create a meditative soundscape. You can imagine lying comfortably on the forest floor, the cool soil beneath you, the canopy above, and your mind absorbing the calm, deliberate rhythm of life underground, feeling supported, connected, and synchronized with the earth itself. Now, as your thoughts drift through the hidden world beneath your feet, imagine roots and fungi connecting mountains, rivers, forests, deserts, and skies. forming an invisible network of energy and life. Every breath you take aligns with the slow, steady pulses of this subterranean universe. The patient, gentle rhythm of soil, roots, and underground water carries your mind, preparing you to transition into the next module, where we will explore the quiet, cyclical magic of the seasons and how they guide life, sleep, and renewal across the planet. Have you ever wondered how the slow, invisible dance of the earth around the sun orchestrates life, sleep, and renewal, creating rhythms that sustain ecosystems, cultures, and our very sense of time? Tonight, we will drift into the quiet, cyclical magic of the seasons, exploring how spring, summer, autumn, and winter guide life on Earth in subtle, mesmerizing ways. Imagine yourself standing in a meadow, the air filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the gentle warmth of the sun, feeling the pulse of nature in perfect harmony with your own. Picture the gradual awakening of spring, when ice melts, rivers swell, and buds unfurl on trees. The soil, once dormant, releases hidden nutrients, awakening microbes and plants alike. Birds return from distant lands, their songs weaving a gentle melody that drifts through forests and fields. Insects stir beneath leaves and flowers, initiating cycles of pollination and growth. Each movement is slow and deliberate, yet profoundly impactful. A choreography perfected over millennia. You can sense the rhythm of renewal, a soft pulse guiding life and whispering patience into your consciousness. Spring also marks a renewal of energy within humans. As daylight increases and the sun's warmth touches the skin, circadian rhythms respond to longer days, boosting mood, alertness, and creativity. Did you know that early exposure to natural light can reset biological clocks and even improve sleep quality at night? The earth and our bodies move in quiet synchrony, each supporting the other. As buds bloom, rivers flow, and our minds find a subtle, energizing rhythm. Imagine breathing in this renewal, letting it wash through your body like a gentle current, invigorating yet calm. Then comes summer, the season of abundance and warmth, when sunlight stretches over fields, forests, and oceans, saturating the land with energy and life. Photosynthesis reaches its peak, producing oxygen and nourishing ecosystems across the globe. Rivers expand, lakes shimmer, and animals move with ease, raising young and storing energy for cycles to come. Did you know that the intensity of summer sunlight can even affect plant growth rates, chemical production, and migration patterns? The heat and light are not chaotic, but precisely tuned, a slow, deliberate amplification of life that maintains balance across landscapes. As summer slowly wanes, autumn arrives with quiet elegance, painting forests, fields, and mountains in warm shades of gold. Orange and red leaves fall gently, decomposing to nourish the soil, while animals prepare for winter, storing food and building shelters. The cooling air carries scents of earth, wood, and fading flowers, a sensory lullaby for creatures and humans alike. Did you know that the process of leaf senescence involves complex chemical changes, signaling the end of growth yet ensuring future nourishment for ecosystems? Autumn teaches reflection, preparation, and gratitude, a slow, deliberate transition that encourages calm awareness and appreciation. Winter follows, bringing stillness, quiet, and introspection. Snow blankets, forests, mountains, and plains, insulating soil and providing slow-release water for spring. Rivers freeze, winds whisper across open plains, and many creatures enter dormancy, conserving energy in harmony with the season's rhythm. Did you know that winter triggers biochemical changes in plants and animals, slowing metabolism and preserving life until warmth returns? The world slows, and so do we, embracing rest, reflection, and renewal. As night lengthens and the cold encourages inward focus, a gentle invitation to synchronize with the planet's quieter phase. Poetically, the seasons teach us the art of flow, the balance of activity and rest, growth and conservation, the deliberate transition from spring's awakening to summer's abundance. Autumn's reflection and winter's quietude mirrors cycles within our own lives, inviting us to breathe with nature, to align with its rhythm, and to find comfort in the certainty of change. Each leaf, snowflake, and ray of sunlight carries the subtle wisdom of millennia, a reminder that life unfolds with patience, precision, and beauty, and that we are part of this slow, elegant dance. As night falls and stars emerge overhead, imagine the seasons continuing their ancient cycles, unseen yet ever present, guiding rivers, forests, deserts, mountains, and even human lives. Feel the soft pull of time, the quiet pulse of earth, and the gentle promise of renewal. You can lie in a meadow, forest, or snowy clearing tonight, absorbing the seasonal rhythm, letting your mind drift with the subtle changes of light, temperature, and life, each transition lulling you deeper into calm and sleep. Now, as your thoughts settle into this natural cadence, imagine the cycle of seasons connecting oceans, mountains, forests, rivers, deserts, skies, and soils, a continuous, deliberate flow of energy and life that spans the entire planet. Every heartbeat and breath aligns with this rhythm, grounding you in both the present and the timeless, preparing your mind and body to drift peacefully into rest. As we transition next into exploring the gentle, invisible forces of Earth's magnetic field and gravity, guiding life in subtle, hypnotic ways. Have you ever wondered about the invisible forces that cradle our planet, guiding every movement from the smallest grain of sand to the oceans, the winds, and even our own bodies? Tonight, we will drift into the quiet, unseen realms of Earth's magnetic field and gravity, exploring how these silent forces shape landscapes, life, and even our inner rhythms. Imagine yourself standing on a high cliff at dusk, feeling the steady pull of the earth beneath your feet and sensing the subtle currents that flow unseen, holding the planet together. Picture the earth as a giant, spinning magnet, its molten iron core generating a magnetic field that extends far into space, protecting life from cosmic radiation and guiding countless species on their journeys. Birds migrate using the magnetic compass embedded in their brains. Sea turtles navigate thousands of miles across oceans, and even microscopic bacteria orient themselves along magnetic lines. Did you know that the magnetic field is not static, but shifts slowly, wandering and sometimes flipping entirely over thousands of years? Its presence is a quiet reminder of the planet's energy, constant yet invisible, a hidden pulse that sustains life and order. Gravity, too, is a force both gentle and immense, holding oceans, atmosphere, and living beings firmly on the surface, influencing tides, shaping mountains, and guiding the slow motion of glaciers and rivers. Did you know that the moon's gravity creates tidal bulges in Earth's oceans, regulating currents, climate, and the migration patterns of countless marine species? While gravity is constant, its effects vary subtly depending on location, altitude, and local geological formations, creating a dynamic, interconnected system that is both predictable and astonishing. Imagine sensing the pull beneath your feet, a soft yet unwavering embrace of the planet holding you in perfect balance. The interplay of magnetic fields and gravity creates rhythms that extend beyond the Earth itself, subtly influencing human biology, sleep patterns, and even mood. Some studies suggest that geomagnetic fluctuations can affect brain waves and circadian cycles. Did you know that certain animals are exquisitely sensitive to these forces, aligning their nests, burrows, and migration routes along magnetic lines, and detecting gravitational cues to orient themselves and conserve energy? These hidden forces create a gentle, guiding rhythm, imperceptible yet essential, a quiet heartbeat of the planet that underpins life in ways we are only beginning to understand. Magnetic poles drift slowly across the planet's surface, creating changes that ripple through technology, navigation, and even the auroras in polar skies. Meanwhile, gravity subtly molds mountains, channels rivers, and guides the ebb and flow of glaciers and sediments. Together, these invisible forces weave a delicate, intricate pattern that sustains Earth's balance, shaping landscapes, ecosystems, and the quiet rhythm of existence. Imagine floating above the Earth, feeling the invisible lines of force stretching across continents, oceans, and skies, like a gentle web of energy connecting every corner of the planet. Poetically, these forces remind us of connection, stability, and awe. Gravity anchors us physically, while the magnetic field anchors life itself, protecting, guiding, and sustaining movement and growth. The invisible lines of energy mirror the quiet, unseen threads in our own lives, support, patience, and rhythm that sustain us even when unnoticed. Imagine lying comfortably, eyes closed, feeling the pull of gravity and the subtle hum of magnetism synchronizing with your heartbeat. Your body and mind aligned with these slow, ancient currents, feeling secure, balanced, and deeply relaxed as night falls and stars emerge. The auroras dance in polar skies, a visual manifestation of magnetic energy interacting with solar winds. Green, violet, and pink waves ripple across the heavens, moving with a slow, deliberate grace. Did you know that these patterns are created by charged particles guided along magnetic lines, illuminating the sky in a hypnotic, serene spectacle? You can imagine lying beneath this cosmic dance tonight, letting your thoughts float with the magnetic currents, drifting gently alongside the quiet, constant pull of gravity beneath you. Now, as your mind absorbs the quiet rhythm of these invisible forces, imagine them connecting mountains, rivers, forests, deserts, oceans, soils, and skies, forming a hidden network of energy that sustains life. Every breath, every heartbeat aligns with the subtle, constant pulses of Earth, grounding you and guiding your mind into deeper calm, preparing you to drift even further into relaxation as we transition next to the final module, where we will explore the ultimate meditative journey, Earth as a living, breathing organism, complete with cycles, rhythms, and energy flows that cradle all life in gentle, hypnotic harmony. Have you ever wondered if the Earth itself could be seen as a living organism? A vast, interconnected system where every river, mountain, forest, and creature plays a role in maintaining balance. Tonight, we will drift into this concept, exploring the quiet, mesmerizing networks that connect life across the planet, the cycles that pulse beneath and above the surface, and the hidden energy flows that sustain every living being. Imagine lying in a quiet forest clearing, feeling the gentle sway of trees, the heartbeat of soil, and the subtle rhythm of life all around you. Picture the Earth as a breathing entity, inhaling and exhaling through oceans, forests, and winds. Circuits of energy and nutrients flow invisibly, connecting mountains to rivers, soil to roots, and clouds to deserts. Each ecosystem functions as both participant and guardian, maintaining delicate balances, filtering water, cycling carbon, and regulating climate. Did you know that tropical rainforests alone produce roughly 20% of the world's oxygen, their canopies acting as the lungs of the planet, while rivers, soils harbor microorganisms that break down matter and recycle nutrients, and oceans absorb solar energy and regulate temperature, creating a synchronized system that mirrors the pulse of a living being. Life itself forms a network of interdependence, visible and invisible, above ground and below. Creatures and plants communicate through chemical signals, magnetic orientation, and energy flows, creating a web that stretches across continents. Did you know that fungi, often unseen, form massive networks connecting trees and plants, sharing resources and information in a cooperative system, while coral reefs in the oceans act as hubs of biodiversity, sheltering countless species and regulating ecosystems? Each interaction, no matter how small, contributes to the stability and resilience of this living planet, a slow, deliberate, and graceful choreography. Even the atmosphere participates in this planetary organism, moving oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water vapor in cycles that nurture life. Clouds, winds, and precipitation are not random, but part of a vast circulatory system, transporting energy and matter around the globe. Did you know that atmospheric currents can carry pollen, spores, and nutrients across thousands of miles, connecting distant forests, deserts, and mountains? These subtle flows form a rhythmic pulse that supports life everywhere, a quiet reminder of the unseen yet omnipresent forces that sustain the planet. The oceans are the lifeblood of this living Earth, vast reservoirs of energy, movement, and biodiversity. They absorb solar radiation, regulate temperature, and circulate nutrients through slow-moving currents. Did you know that the thermaline circulation, sometimes called the global conveyor belt, moves water and heat around the planet over centuries, influencing climate, rainfall, and ecosystems far from the ocean's surface? Waves crash gently on shores. Tides rise and fall, in response to lunar gravity, and beneath the surface, microscopic organisms perform photosynthesis, feeding countless creatures and regulating the chemistry of our atmosphere. Poetically, Earth teaches patience, harmony, and the quiet strength of connection. Every river, mountain, forest, desert, soil, and creature contributes to a vast symphony of life, moving slowly, deliberately, and in perfect balance. As you imagine this interconnected web beneath your feet and above your head, you can feel the energy flowing through the planet, pulsing in harmony with your own heartbeat. Each inhalation and exhalation aligns with oceans, winds, and forests, allowing your mind to drift into calm and serenity. Nightfall transforms this living organism into a meditative spectacle. The moon casts its silvery glow on oceans and forests. Stars glitter in the sky like points of consciousness, and nocturnal creatures stir in rhythm with cycles of light and dark. Did you know that some nocturnal animals use the moon and stars to navigate vast distances, synchronizing their behaviors with planetary rhythms? Just as forests breathe and rivers flow, the night reveals a quiet, deliberate pulse that cradles life, inviting contemplation, rest, and surrender to the slow, steady beat of Earth itself. Imagine lying on soft grass or sand, feeling the warmth of soil, the gentle rustle of leaves, and the subtle currents of air and water. Your mind floats alongside invisible energy flows, magnetic pulses, and gravitational guidance, connecting mountains, rivers, deserts, soils, forests, and skies into a single, harmonious organism. You feel supported, cradled, and aligned with the rhythms of life, as if the planet itself is breathing with you, calming your thoughts, slowing your heartbeat, and encouraging deep, restorative sleep. Now, as your consciousness drifts with this planetary organism, imagine yourself moving through its vast networks of life, feeling the cycles of water, air, nutrients, and energy passing in gentle currents. Each motion, whether above ground or below, contributes to harmony, stability, and quiet beauty. The Earth itself becomes a living lullaby, every pulse and rhythm inviting serenity and relaxation, preparing your mind and body to rest completely, safe, supported, and synchronized with the slow, deliberate dance of life. Have you ever wondered how our planet, so alive and interconnected, is also part of a vast cosmic web, influenced by stars, planets, and the invisible rhythms of the universe? Tonight, we will drift beyond Earth, exploring the celestial connections that cradle life, guide cycles, and create the gentle, hypnotic pulse of existence. Imagine lying in a quiet meadow or on soft sand, gazing up at the stars, feeling the vastness above while sensing the invisible forces linking Earth to the cosmos. Picture the night sky as a vast, ever-changing tapestry stitched with stars, planets, nebulae, and galaxies. Each point of light carries ancient energy, traveling for millions of years before reaching your eyes. The constellations shift slowly, silently, orchestrating celestial rhythms that have guided life and human consciousness for eons. Did you know that some stars you see tonight may have already burned out, yet their light continues to reach Earth, a gentle reminder of the slow, patient rhythm of the universe? The sky above becomes a canvas of wonder, infinite, quiet, and alive. Planets exert subtle yet profound influence on Earth. Their gravitational pull shaping tides, orbital patterns, and even the long-term stability of our climate. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn perform a slow, deliberate dance around the Sun, and their positions affect the invisible energy flows that ripple through our planet. Did you know that Jupiter, with its immense gravitational field, acts as a cosmic shield, diverting many asteroids and protecting Earth from potential impacts? These slow, majestic motions create a sense of cosmic stability, an unseen choreography that allows life on Earth to flourish. The Moon, our closest celestial neighbor, governs the rhythm of tides, influencing the flow of rivers, the breeding cycles of countless creatures, and even subtle shifts in human biological rhythms. Each lunar phase is a quiet cycle of illumination and shadow, a gentle reminder of the passage of time and the rhythm of life. Did you know that ancient civilizations used the moon and stars to predict seasonal changes, plant crops, and navigate vast landscapes, relying on the slow, deliberate guidance of these celestial rhythms? Even today, lunar cycles subtly influence sleep, mood, and energy in ways that science is only beginning to understand. Cosmic radiation and solar winds interact with Earth's magnetic field, creating hypnotic auroras in polar skies, ribbons of green, violet, and pink dancing with slow, deliberate grace. Did you know that these lights are the result of charged particles colliding with gases in the atmosphere? A visual symphony of energy flowing from the Sun to the planet. The auroras act as both spectacle and signal, demonstrating the intimate connection between Earth and the broader universe. Their quiet pulse synchronizing with the invisible rhythms of magnetic and gravitational forces. Galaxies, nebulae, and the vast expanses of space remind us of time and scale, stretching human imagination while grounding us in a deep, meditative awe. Light from distant galaxies may have traveled billions of years, linking the past to the present in a silent, hypnotic flow. Did you know that our solar system orbits the center of the Milky Way at roughly 514,000 miles per hour, completing a full orbit in about 225 million years? Each motion is imperceptible to the human eye, yet perfectly coordinated, a testament to the quiet, deliberate pulse of the cosmos. Poetically, the universe teaches patience, perspective, and interconnectedness. Stars, planets, and cosmic cycles move in invisible harmony, shaping tides, seasons, and the very possibility of life on Earth. The slow, deliberate dance of celestial bodies mirrors the rhythms within our own minds and bodies, inviting calm, reflection, serenity, and a sense of belonging to something vast and eternal. Imagine your thoughts floating like starlight, drifting across galaxies, synced with the gentle, slow heartbeat of the universe. As night deepens, constellations shift imperceptibly, meteor showers streak briefly across the sky, and planets glide silently along their orbits. You can imagine lying comfortably under this vast expanse, feeling the invisible connections between stars, moons, planets, and Earth itself. Let the slow rhythm of cosmic motion soothe your mind, aligning your breath and heartbeat with the eternal pulse of the universe. Each inhalation and exhalation resonates with celestial cycles, drawing your awareness deeper into calm and relaxation. Now, as your consciousness drifts with the rhythms of the cosmos, imagine every river, mountain, forest, desert, soil, ocean, sky, and celestial body connected in a vast, harmonious web. Energy flows continuously through this intricate network, unseen but ever present. Each pulse, whether from Earth, carries calm, stability, and serenity, preparing your mind and body to surrender completely to sleep, wrapped in the gentle, hypnotic embrace of planetary and cosmic harmony. Have you ever wondered what mysteries lie in the deep, dark oceans, places where sunlight barely reaches? Yet, life thrives in astonishingly intricate and quiet ways. Tonight, we will drift into the hidden depths, exploring the ocean's slow, mesmerizing rhythms, the mysterious creatures that inhabit its darkness, and the delicate balance that sustains these vast underwater worlds. Imagine floating gently above a deep abyss, feeling the cool currents move past you, the water vibrating softly with the pulse of life far below. Picture the ocean as a vast, liquid forest, stretching from sunlit shallows to pitch-black depths. Each layer hosts its own ecosystems, from coral reefs teeming with color and motion to the abyssal plains where strange, glowing creatures drift silently. The surface shimmers with sunlight, waves reflecting gold and silver, while beneath, a world moves in quiet, deliberate patterns, unseen yet vital. Did you know that the deep ocean contains more life forms than all the forests on Earth combined? Many still undiscovered, thriving in harmony with their environment. Currents circulate water across the planet, transporting heat, nutrients, and oxygen, linking oceans, rivers, and the atmosphere. The Gulf Stream, for instance, carries warm water from the tropics to northern latitudes, shaping climate, rainfall, and ecosystems along the way. Did you know that these currents act like the veins and arteries of the planet, moving life-sustaining energy through oceans that cover over 70% of Earth's surface? Visualize these gentle flows as slow, deliberate pulses, carrying nourishment and stability through the deep, calming your mind as you drift with them. The ocean depths harbor incredible adaptations, life forms that glow, sense vibrations, or survive in crushing pressure and near-freezing temperatures. Bioluminescent creatures create a hypnotic glow, illuminating the darkness in slow, rhythmic flashes, guiding predators, prey, and mates with quiet elegance. Did you know that some deep-sea anglerfish can attract partners using light produced from symbiotic bacteria? A perfect example of life finding balance and beauty in extreme conditions as you imagine these glowing organisms. Picture your thoughts floating like soft, luminous pulses, drifting calmly in the vast underwater world. Coral reefs, often called the rainforests of the sea, create vibrant, self-sustaining communities, sheltering thousands of species in intricate structures of calcium and living tissue. Fish move gracefully among branches and crevices, while currents carry plankton and nutrients in a slow, hypnotic circulation. Did you know that reefs can cover hundreds of miles and are some of the oldest living structures on Earth, slowly building over millennia? Each movement, each exchange is deliberate, maintaining balance, resilience, and a quiet harmony that mirrors the rhythms of the planet itself. Even the ocean's surface participates in this quiet symphony. Waves rolling, tides rising and falling with lunar guidance. Seabirds glide effortlessly, feeding in harmony with currents and fish migrations. While storms may rage briefly, they are part of the natural system, moving heat, redistributing energy, and creating cycles of renewal. Did you know that internal waves, hidden beneath the surface, can move for hundreds of miles, slowly mixing water, layers, and nutrients, invisible yet vital, like a gentle lullaby? The ocean's movements echo the hidden, deliberate rhythms of life, inviting calm, focus, and serenity. Poetically, the ocean reminds us of depth, patience, and interconnectedness. Life thrives even in darkness. Energy flows even when unseen, and every movement, from the tiniest plankton to the largest whale, contributes to harmony. Imagine your body floating effortlessly, your thoughts drifting like slow-moving currents, synchronized with the pulse of water, guided by lunar tides, and illuminated by the soft glow of deep-sea life. Each wave, ripple, and flash becomes a point of calm meditation, carrying you toward relaxation. As night descends, the ocean transforms into a reflective, shimmering world. Waves glint under starlight. Bioluminescent creatures flicker beneath the surface, and the moon casts a silvery path across the waters. You can imagine lying on a quiet beach, feeling the cool sand beneath you, listening to the soft lapping of water, and sensing the slow, deliberate rhythm of ocean currents pulsing through the planet. The tides rise and fall in time with your breath, the waves washing tension away with each gentle pulse. Now, as your mind floats with the currents, imagine the ocean's connecting rivers, wetlands, glaciers, and ice caps, forming a continuous, deliberate flow of energy and life across the planet. Every pulse, ripple, and circulation resonates with your own body, grounding you, calming you, and guiding you into deeper relaxation, preparing your mind and body for restorative sleep. Carried gently by the hypnotic rhythm of Earth's oceans and hidden depths, safe, secure, and perfectly in sync with the slow, deliberate beat of the planet. Have you ever wondered how the frozen landscapes of Earth, vast glaciers, and ice sheets, move silently yet shape the planet in profound ways? Tonight, we will drift into these icy realms, exploring the deliberate, majestic rhythms of glaciers, ice caps, and polar regions, imagining the slow, mesmerizing pulse of frozen water sculpting mountains, valleys, and even oceans. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a massive glacier, the air crisp and clean, the soft crunch of snow beneath your feet, feeling the patient, quiet power of ice flowing imperceptibly, yet unrelentingly. Picture the glacier as a slow, liquid river of ice, moving with a rhythm measured in centuries, scraping rock, carving valleys, and depositing sediment that will nurture life for generations. Did you know that some glaciers flow as slowly as a few inches per day? Yet, over millennia, they reshape entire landscapes, leaving behind fjords, moraines, and glacial lakes. Each movement is deliberate, unhurried, a quiet testament to the power of patience. You can imagine standing silently, feeling the icy air, listening to the distant groan of ice slowly shifting beneath its own weight, and sensing the immense timescale of nature's choreography. Ice sheets and polar regions are more than frozen landscapes. They are reservoirs of history, water, and climate memory. Trapped within layers of ice are ancient air bubbles, pollen, and particles, preserving records of Earth's climate over hundreds of thousands of years. Did you know that by studying ice cores, scientists can trace atmospheric changes, temperature fluctuations, and even volcanic eruptions from millennia ago? The ice itself is alive with slow, deliberate energy, moving imperceptibly yet carrying the past and guiding the future. You can feel your mind drifting with this quiet, measured flow, absorbing the patience and continuity embedded in ice. The Arctic and Antarctic are also home to life uniquely adapted to extreme conditions, from polar bears and penguins to krill and microscopic algae. Each organism moves in harmony with the rhythm of ice and seasons, feeding, breeding, and migrating in sync with subtle cycles of light, temperature, and tides. Did you know that some organisms can survive being frozen for months, resuming activity as if no time has passed? A remarkable testament to life's resilience and adaptability. Imagine these creatures moving gracefully through icy waters, their slow, deliberate motions mirroring the patient flow of glaciers. Glacial melt feeds rivers, lakes, and oceans, influencing ecosystems thousands of miles away. The pulse of ice is intimately connected to life across continents, from freshwater availability to ocean currents and climate regulation. Did you know that melting glaciers contribute significantly to sea level changes, subtly shifting coastlines and habitats, yet doing so at a pace imperceptible to daily observation? Each droplet, each movement, is part of a slow, planetary rhythm that balances life above and below. You can imagine these flows as gentle currents of energy, grounding and harmonizing your body with the natural cycles of Earth. Poetically, glaciers and ice remind us of patience, continuity, and the quiet strength inherent in slow motion. Their deliberate progress and imperceptible changes that life, landscapes, and ecosystems thrive in rhythm and balance. As you visualize ice slowly carving valleys, forming lakes, and feeding rivers, feel the same slow, deliberate flow within yourself, each breath in and out syncing with the glacier's rhythm, calming thoughts and encouraging deep relaxation. Night transforms the polar regions into ethereal worlds, with long twilight, shimmering auroras, and the reflective glow of snow and ice. The vast silence, punctuated by distant creaks, groans, and the whisper of wind over frozen plains, creates a meditative symphony. You can imagine lying on soft snow or simply resting in your bed, feeling the cold air touch your skin in imagination, letting the slow rhythm of ice and wind soothe your mind, allowing every thought to drift gently like snowflakes in the night. Now, as your awareness settles into this frozen rhythm, imagine glaciers connecting mountains, rivers, oceans, and skies, forming a deliberate, slow-moving network that shapes life on Earth. Every heartbeat aligns with the imperceptible, patient pulse. Every breath mirrors the glacier's gentle movement, grounding you deeply, preparing your mind and body to drift further into restorative sleep, wrapped in the quiet, hypnotic embrace of frozen landscapes and the slow, deliberate rhythms of the planet. Have you ever wondered how the night transforms the world, revealing hidden rhythms, subtle movements, and quiet forces that guide life while the sun sleeps. Tonight, we will drift into the mysterious realm of darkness, exploring nocturnal life, the gentle pulse of nighttime ecosystems, and the ways in which the absence of light orchestrates the planet's cycles. Imagine lying in a soft meadow under the stars, feeling the cool breeze on your skin, and sensing the invisible rhythm of life moving quietly around you. Picture the night as a velvet blanket draped over Earth, softening the landscape, dimming colors, and slowing the pace of visible activity. Yet beneath this calm surface, a world of nocturnal life awakens, each creature moving in delicate synchronization with moonlight, starlight, and the subtle glow of bioluminescent organisms. Did you know that over 40% of mammals are primarily nocturnal, using darkness to hunt, forage, or navigate safely, avoiding predators and heat, while bats, owls, and certain insects exploit the night with extraordinary precision? Each movement is purposeful, deliberate, a quiet ballet orchestrated by evolutionary rhythm. The moon plays a critical role in guiding nocturnal life, its phases influencing tides, reproductive cycles, and animal behavior. Crabs migrate along shores in sync with lunar rhythm. Corals release gametes during specific moon phases, and even certain trees subtly alter sap flow in response to lunar illumination. Did you know that some marine organisms use the faintest reflection of the moon on water to navigate thousands of miles with astonishing accuracy? The night sky becomes a compass, a metronome for creatures that thrive in darkness, their subtle, hypnotic movements weaving a quiet rhythm that permeates entire ecosystems. Bioluminescence illuminates the night in magical, hypnotic ways, from glowing plankton in oceans to fireflies flickering across meadows. Fungi, insects, and deep-sea creatures all use light as communication, hunting or mating signals, creating a slow, deliberate pulse across the darkness. Did you know that some deep-sea organisms can produce light in patterns lasting hours, orchestrating interactions invisible to the surface world? Imagine floating among these gentle illuminations, your thoughts drifting like tiny sparks, synchronizing with the quiet glow of life under the cover of night. Predators and prey engage in silent, deliberate dances, moving in rhythm with moonlight and shadows. Owls glide on invisible air currents, foxes prowl with careful stealth, and insects navigate by subtle light cues and air vibrations. Each action is purposeful, measured, and balanced, maintaining harmony in ecosystems without haste or chaos. Did you know that some nocturnal predators have evolved senses far more sensitive than humans, allowing them to perceive heat, movement, or faint sounds with precision? The night is alive with intelligence, subtlety, and the quiet orchestration of life. Even plants adjust to the darkness, releasing fragrances, opening flowers, or directing growth toward moonlight. Night-blooming species rely on subtle environmental cues to synchronize reproduction, attracting moths, bats, and other nocturnal pollinators. Did you know that certain cacti and orchids only open their blossoms after twilight, creating a hidden world of nocturnal color and scent? The quiet pulse of darkness guides every leaf, petal, and stem, harmonizing plant behavior with the rhythm of the planet. Poetically, the night teaches reflection, stillness, and attentive awareness. Its quiet, deliberate pace offers rest, recalibration, and introspection. Allow yourself to imagine the soft whisper of wind through trees, the distant calls of nocturnal creatures, the gentle ripple of water reflecting the moon, and the faint glow of stars mirrored on the surface of lakes. Each sensory element is a lullaby, inviting calm, focus, and serenity, letting thoughts float like soft shadows across the mind. As midnight deepens, the world slows further, the air cools, and silence predominates, yet the quiet hum of nocturnal life continues, a gentle pulse in parallel with your heartbeat, guiding you deeper into calm, relaxation, and surrender. Did you know that human circadian rhythms are subtly influenced by nocturnal light, temperature, and magnetic fields, meaning that even in sleep, the night orchestrates a delicate alignment of body, mind, and environment? Imagine drifting with this rhythm, every breath syncing with the subtle pulse of life unfolding around you. Now, as your consciousness floats with the quiet, nocturnal world, imagine every forest, meadow, desert, ocean, glacier, and night sky connected in a harmonious, invisible network. Each creature, plant, and current moves in slow, deliberate rhythm, echoing through time and space. Every heartbeat, every inhalation, aligns with this gentle orchestration, grounding you, calming your thoughts, and preparing your mind and body for restorative sleep, embraced by the hypnotic, patient, and soothing rhythm of the night itself. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to experience the earth as a single, living, breathing organism, where every element, from the tiniest microbe to the largest mountain, flows in a deliberate, harmonious rhythm? Tonight, we will drift into a final, meditative synthesis, exploring how every cycle, force, and energy of the planet connects to create the gentle pulse of life. Imagine yourself lying comfortably beneath the stars, feeling the earth beneath your body, and sensing the slow, steady heartbeat of everything around you. Picture rivers, oceans, glaciers, forests, deserts, and skies as a single, interconnected network. Each movement, each breath of wind, every drop of water, and each ray of sunlight participates in an invisible symphony, a precise choreography that has unfolded for billions of years. Did you know that the cycling of carbon, water, and nutrients links mountains to oceans, soils to skies, and life to the most distant reaches of the planet? Every atom participates, moving slowly, deliberately, quietly maintaining balance, harmony, and life itself. The atmosphere, oceans, and land interact through rhythms that guide everything from weather patterns to plant growth, animal behavior, and human circadian cycles. Did you know that even small changes in one part of the system ripple across the globe, influencing ecosystems thousands of miles away? Each current wave, synchronizing life on Earth and creating a gentle, omnipresent rhythm. You can imagine this pulse moving through the planet and into your own body, slowing your thoughts, your heartbeat, and guiding you toward deep calm. The cycles of day and night, the phases of the moon, and the turning of the seasons are all part of this orchestration, aligning biological clocks, ecological processes, and the flow of energy across continents. Every sunrise and sunset, every autumn leaf, every drop of rain participates in the deliberate, patient rhythm of life. Did you know that even human sleep, hormone production, and mood are influenced by these planetary cycles, gently reminding us that we are never separate from the natural pulse of Earth? Glaciers and ice sheets, oceans and rivers, soils and forests all participate in this slow, precise dance, moving energy, nutrients, and life across landscapes, connecting mountains to valleys, deserts to oceans, skies to rivers, a continuous, unbroken flow of support and synchronization. Did you know that beneath your feet, networks of fungi, microbes, and roots operate invisibly, coordinating growth and communication across forests, subtly linking the micro with the macro in a quiet, hypnotic harmony? Imagine sensing these flows, letting them move through your body, your mind, and your spirit. Celestial forces, from the moon to the sun to distant stars, extend this rhythm beyond Earth, influencing tides, light, magnetic fields, and energy flows. The universe itself participates in the quiet orchestration of life, its slow, deliberate pulses echoing in every ocean wave, every rustling leaf, and every breath you take. Did you know that the motion of our solar system through the Milky Way creates imperceptible, yet measurable, gravitational and magnetic effects on Earth, connecting our planet to the vast cosmic web? As you breathe with this cosmic rhythm, your awareness expands, embracing the planet and stars as a single living entity. Poetically, the Earth teaches us connection, patience, and trust. Its rhythms remind us that life unfolds in time, that every movement, every change, is part of a deliberate, harmonious pattern. Imagine lying perfectly still, feeling the pulse of rivers, the flow of oceans, the slow shift of glaciers, the dance of stars, and the silent, invisible threads connecting every life form. Your body aligns with this rhythm, your thoughts slow, and every muscle softens in response to the gentle, omnipresent flow of energy as night deepens. Imagine the planet breathing, oceans expanding and contracting, glaciers moving imperceptibly, winds circling mountains, rivers whispering through valleys, and forests exhaling a quiet, life-sustaining rhythm. Every sound, movement, and flow becomes a meditative lullaby, guiding your mind and body into deep relaxation, letting tension dissolve and preparing you for restorative sleep. Did you know that this synchronization between body and planet can enhance rest, reduce stress, and promote mental clarity? A subtle reminder that we are inherently connected to Earth's deliberate, patient pulse. Now, as your awareness drifts with the planet's rhythm, imagine yourself floating effortlessly above Earth, connected to rivers, oceans, glaciers, forests, deserts, skies, and stars, feeling energy circulating in slow, hypnotic pulses. Each heartbeat, each breath, aligns with the rhythm of life itself. You are cradled, supported, and soothed by the deliberate, omnipresent flow of Earth's cycles, energy, and forces, preparing your mind and body for the deepest, most restorative sleep, embraced by the gentle, hypnotic heartbeat of a living, breathing planet. Have you ever wondered how even the smallest particles on Earth participate in the planet's grand, hypnotic rhythm, guiding life, energy, and time in ways almost imperceptible to the human mind. Tonight, we will drift into the microcosmic world of Earth's atoms, molecules, and subtle energies, exploring the quiet forces that shape landscapes, ecosystems, and even the very cells within your own body. Imagine lying beneath a starlit sky, feeling the cool earth beneath you, while sensing the invisible currents moving silently through everything. Picture the soil beneath your fingertips as more than an intricate universe of life and energy. Billions of microorganisms interacting in slow, deliberate cycles, breaking down matter, recycling nutrients, and supporting every plant, animal, and ecosystem above it. Did you know that a single teaspoon of healthy soil contains more living organisms than there are people on Earth? Each bacterium, fungus, and microbe plays a vital role in the slow, patient pulse of life, creating energy flows and chemical cycles that sustain life. Imagine sensing this microscopic rhythm flowing upward, connecting the invisible underworld to the forests, rivers, and oceans. Water molecules themselves participate in the planet's quiet symphony, constantly moving, binding, releasing, and transforming, circulating through oceans, rivers, clouds, glaciers, and soil. Each molecule participates in a dance billions of years old. Did you know that a single water molecule on Earth may travel through oceans, evaporate into clouds, fall as rain, flow through rivers, and even pass through living organisms multiple times in its lifetime? Each movement is deliberate, creating stability, balance, and continuity. A deep awareness of this cycle invites calm, focus, and a sense of belonging to something timeless. Even the air is alive with invisible rhythms, gases, and particles circulating slowly around the globe. From oxygen cycling through leaves and roots to nitrogen and carbon flowing through oceans and soils. Every breath you take is a part of this planetary rhythm. Did you know that microscopic dust particles carried by winds can fertilize oceans thousands of miles away, or even influence cloud formation and climate patterns? The invisible flows of air connect deserts to forests, mountains to oceans, and all life in between. A subtle yet hypnotic heartbeat that can soothe the mind when consciously imagined. Electromagnetic energy pulses quietly through the earth and atmosphere, guiding the movement of ions, electrons, and magnetic fields. From the magnetosphere, protecting us from solar winds, to lightning dancing across skies, every surge of energy participates in a deliberate, slow rhythm. Did you know that even small variations in electromagnetic fields can influence plant growth, animal navigation, and human brainwaves? As you visualize this energy flowing through rocks, rivers, oceans, and your own body, your mind begins to drift gently with the subtle current, perfectly attuned to the planet's heartbeat. Poetically, the microcosm mirrors the macrocosm, teaching us that every small action, every particle, every drop, every breath contributes to harmony and balance. Even in darkness and silence, life continues, moving slowly and deliberately in accordance with forces far larger than ourselves. Imagine your thoughts floating like tiny particles, drifting on currents of energy, connecting seamlessly with rivers, forests, oceans, and mountains, feeling calm, safe, and aligned with the subtle, patient pulse of life. At every scale, night deepens, and the planet hums with hidden energy, from the faint glimmer of bioluminescent microorganisms to the slow movement of ice, soil, and water. Every vibration, pulse, and subtle oscillation carries the memory and rhythm of Earth itself. Did you know that even the human body is influenced by these microcosmic flows, with neural, cellular, and hormonal rhythms subtly responding to planetary cycles? As your awareness sinks deeper, imagine each microscopic movement, each atom and molecule, synchronizing with your own breathing. Calming your mind and body, imagine floating effortlessly, suspended above continents, oceans, forests, and glaciers, feeling both the grand and the tiny energies moving in harmony. The invisible currents of soil, water, air, and electromagnetic energy flow seamlessly, creating a hypnotic rhythm that supports life and guides sleep. Your mind drifts with these flows, tension dissolves, and every thought softens like gentle waves. Let the slow, deliberate pulse of Earth's microcosm cradle your awareness, preparing your mind and body for restorative, uninterrupted sleep. Now, as your consciousness expands to include both the vast and the tiny, imagine yourself enveloped by the totality of the planet's rhythms, from glaciers to oceans, from forests to deserts, from stars to molecules. Every movement and flow harmonizes into a singular, quiet lullaby. Each heartbeat and breath resonates with the slow, deliberate pulse of Earth at all scales, grounding, soothing, and carrying you gently into deep, restorative slumber, safe and perfectly aligned with the hypnotic rhythm of life itself.